ready for you.
Thank you.
Roger. Hi, John. Jerry.
Good morning.
Our volumes for last month were down quite a bit. There was a week and a half where we had 0 patients in the hospital. You know, you can look at that as one way or the other, but if people aren't in, they're not in. So our outpatient volume for June was 2742. It's about steady. Inpatients was 7, so that was down quite a bit. ER visits of 72. Rural health clinic visits of 496, which is down a little. Surgeries about the same of 21. Specialty clinic was 64. The average acute length of stay was 2 days. Swing bed average length of stay was 4 1/4. Average daily census is 1.03, and the swing bed daily average census was 2.07. So, as far as numbers go, the month was down. We actually have 4 patients in right now, which is much better than what it has been. As far as I had told you last month that we were waiting to hear on the doctor's license, that doctor won't be coming. Just through a case of events, his personal case of events, not coming. Now we do have another doctor. His name is Dr. Glenn Vogelsang. He's coming from North Carolina to visit us on the 6th, 7th, and 8th. So he'll be out then. So we've got a doctor by the name of Trina Parker who's coming. She's going to come for 6 months, and she'll be here Monday through Friday in the clinic and in the hospital, and that'll be starting the 1st of September. So we'll have some continuity of care at that point with somebody that will be here for sure for 6 months straight. So, and she'll be here every day too. So.
Okay. All right. Anybody got anything else for Kelly? Thank you.
All right. Well, thank you very much, and have a great day.
All right. And your next hospital board meeting is?
It'll be the 3rd week. We didn't have one. We won't have one this month because we couldn't make a quorum on the date. So we'll have one. Don't mind. We looked at August. Looks like Terry, it'll be August 15th.
Okay.
So, okay.
All right.
All
Thank
right.
you, Kelly.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Derek?
Good morning.
Morning, DJ.
I want to bring you a general overview of the spring noxious weed spraying. We were able to cover 12,220 acres of mainly musk thistle in Canada throughout the southwest quarter and northeast quarter of Cheyenne County. That'd be the big timber area in the South Republican. That number's still growing. We're still working on right-of-ways, bindweed. We moved into that. With the repairs to 24, I've gone a little in the negative on my equipment line item. We'll discuss a little more of that maybe budget time. But other than that, it was a good spring spray season. A lot of farmers and ranchers got in there, which brings me to the cost share to the airport. I haven't got the bill for that yet, but we did 820 acres of aerial spraying for this spring. That bill has been estimated between $1,850 to $2,000.
But you haven't received it?
No, I have not received it yet. I just wanted you to know about it.
Well, you finding better compliance for the way we're doing it now?
Yes, I mean, a lot more cooperation.
Good.
There's still always the communication between, landowners that are absent from here. Some have renters here, some do not. Finding telephone numbers gets a little tough. I do have would like to discuss with you guys and enforcement come October, that these people have many acres of bindweed, but it's mainly prairie dogs throughout four quarters, or 640 acres.
And they've been duly notified.
I'm not contacted yet. I tried calling them. They live in Canarado. I cannot get any contact, and it's going to come down to sending letters and a certified letter. I feel like that's what's going to happen. But if you'd like to discuss more detail, I'd like to ask for an executive session.
For this particular
For
piece
this
of
particular,
property.
yes.
So know that we can do that.
No. Okay.
It doesn't fit the executive session
Okay.
criteria.
I just didn't know about allowed to leave. Did not want to release private landowner information and
Well,
Well,
name.
you don't need to release the names, but might I suggest that you get a hold of Sherman County and see if they have any information?
Okay, I can do that.
Okay.
and before you send correspondence, make sure you have Leslie read through that
Okay.
and have her approval before it's sent, if that's possible.
No, because this would be south of Bird City, down at our county line area. We have 1.5 miles that prairie dogs are now coming into our right of way, digging out our roads. I think, Ed, you're kind of have an idea where I'm speaking of.
We've had problems there before.
Yep. And it's just something that really needs addressed.
And obviously, it hasn't been in the past.
No.
I agree with the idea of sending a certified letter of our intent. But again, if you would get with Leslie to
I can do that.
shore up those kind of details before that letter is sent.
Yeah, like I said, there's 3 parts to it. You got to send a warning letter, a letter for them to confirm contact, to reach
Right.
some kind of contact with you before any actual enforcement letter can be sent. But we have to attempt to contact first.
Okay.
I think there is a resolution if they refuse to do this and we have to do it, it goes on the tax, doesn't it?
Yeah.
If it goes to that far,
Yeah. But if they've been non-compliant in the past,
no. Yeah, from my records, it's almost gone to the tax roll several times. Just wanted you guys to be aware.
okay. Well, just proceed on and let's make sure our steps are done correctly and we'll have to do what we have to do.
Okay. Nope, I appreciate it, Leslie. I'll make time to meet with you later when you have time.
That sounds good. You're always good about running stuff past me, to make sure.
No, yeah, I'd rather us be in the right than us come into some complication we all don't need.
Well,
But DJ's done an excellent job before
Good,
any
good.
correspondence is made.
yeah, because some of that can come back and bite you if it's not done correctly the first time. All right, well, carry on. Sounds like you're doing great.
Thank you, guys. That's all I have, unless,
All right, we did set a budget. I'll Scott get a hold of you.
not a problem.
So, okay.
All right, thank you.
Thanks, DJ. Okay, the Good Samaritan, I'm assuming that will be a phone call, or do we know?
I got the impression they were coming, didn't you?
I don't know.
Well,
I think Jeff's supposed to be.
Just the, Randy won't be here. Randy Fitzgerald. I'd have to find that email.
Let's see if Cody
yeah,
Rivera-
let's see, Cody was standing right outside.
I'm not on the agenda, but can I just get approval of something real quick?
Sure.
I want to put an AED. I've had several ask about why there's not an AED in the courthouse, and I have a spare one. I was wondering if I could put that here on second floor and get a few people. I know the sheriff's
Trained.
department is trained. I think Mount Delta, there's a few that are trained on it.
I think that's a good idea. Any opposition to that? It's a defibrillator type thing. So,
Okay.
yeah, all right, thank you.
Hey, gentlemen,
Good morning, Cody.
I got a couple things to discuss with you. One, on the pickup that was involved in the motor vehicle accident, we're going to be taking it to the body shop today. We got word back from the insurance company to go ahead and take it down. They approved the quote that I sent them, which I think between the storm damage and then the MVA, because it did get hailed on the day before it was involved in the accident, I think it was around $9,000. Isn't that correct? Yeah, around $9,000. They said they'd be mailing us a check for it, and then going after the other driver for their money.
recoup their losses.
Yeah, so we'll be taking it to go get worked on today. It should take about a week, so we should be getting that, the pickup back and the bill here shortly. Hopefully we'll be getting a check here pretty soon. We've been pretty busy. A lot of our busyness has been with prisoners. It's been kind of a hectic month with prisoners. We've had a lot of prisoners this month. We're starting kind of getting them thinned down, but we've been at the hospital with them, which when they're in the hospital, we have to be there 24 hours a day while they're at the hospital. Gone to Larned and some other things. So I know we're racking up hours and racking up mileage. I looked at our fuel bill this month, and it was a lot higher than normal. That reflects us. I mean, seems like we're constantly going back and forth between the jails and here for a court or to do something with them. That way. The last thing I kind of want to talk to you about is we ordered the new pistols, and we ordered them from a business, and as we were waiting for the pistols to get here and waiting, I called them and said, hey, what's taking so long for these things to get here? I found out that the business that we ordered them from, which was the authorized Sig Sauer distributor, had gone into foreclosure and we're out of business. Sig honored their price and is going to sell us the pistols directly from Sig Sauer at the price they honored. The difference was when we ordered them from the distributor, the plan was to trade off our old Glock 21s for the new pistols. They're honoring the price even without the trade-ins, but they do not want our old Glock pistols. My understanding is we would have to auction them or something like that to get rid of them. What I'm going to ask you gentlemen to do, and you don't need to make the decision at this meeting, we just need to make it, talk to the county attorney, see what we need to do if we could pass a resolution. I'm not comfortable just auctioning the pistols off to anybody that walks through the door. A lot of agencies give the officers the chance to buy their own pistol back. So I guess I'm just asking you guys if that's something you guys would consider. I think my understanding is you'd have to pass a resolution to be able to do that, since in the policy we're supposed to auction items off. But when we're talking about a firearm, we really don't want that to get into the wrong hands. And then you guys set a price.
And that's common practice. I know two from the patrol that was purchased the very same way.
Yeah.
So it's not an uncommon practice. So the bottom line is you're getting your new weapons at the same cost the other company wanted with the trade-ins.
Yes.
So you're basically, how many handguns you're talking about?
7.
So you've got 7 handguns that have already been purchased and paid for and used. Just trying to find a home for them.
Yeah, I'm sorry, there's 6, because one of them's going to stay in service. I'm sorry, 6. So,
I'm not opposed to selling to the deputies, those who carry
So
it.
how do you set a price?
Seeing how we're getting the new pistols at what were they going to give us for a trade-in?
300.
300. So we haven't lost anything since the new company. SIG is going to do it for nothing. So you can set any price you want. I mean, you can make these deputies a very good deal. Even to the extreme, you could. I don't want to say you could give them a gun, but you could make it attractive for them, kind of a reward for their hard work and what they've done. I don't think a couple $100 would be out of line.
That'd be a fair price.
I don't care if something get to me. I mean, we've already saved that much.
Yeah, and I think the sheriff's office has done an outstanding job, so I've got no problem with it.
I do gotta agree with Cody. We don't wanna just auction these things off.
No. I would rather somebody that is certified law enforcement, and preferably people that work for us, get these things. So we'll work on a resolution and maybe have that done by next meeting.
That sounds great.
Okay.
So, I really didn't have anything else unless you gentlemen have.
You're building in Bird City. How are we coming?
It's slow. I have had a couple conversations with the county attorney about where we're at. We changed a few contractors on a few things to speed a few things up. I was supposed to meet with the general contractor last week, but that fell through. Hopefully I'm going to meet with the general contractor this week and get some new deadlines, get some new parameters set, and see if it's something we could work with, or whether I need to go back and talk to Leslie again and see what we need to do.
Well, we did notice we're come time to pay for the storage units again.
Yeah, and that was kind of one of my concerns. That was supposed to replace those storage units. So, and we're not at the point where we can move that stuff over. Like I said, I was supposed to meet with him last week. That fell through. There's some issues I can't talk about in the meeting. If you guys wanted to go in executive session to talk about it, we could.
Well, we're confident that you're pressing forward the best way you can.
So, all right.
So,
So I'm hoping that by the next meeting I have a lot better news about the building than what I have today. So,
all right.
so
Cody, did you want an executive on non-elected, non-appointed personnel?
yeah, if you want to.
I think so.
Yeah.
That was my next question.
So can I ask for, you want 5 minutes? Or do you want to go 10?
Go to just.
Can, and then we
10.
can come back early.
Yeah. Non-elected personnel.
Call should be coming in 2 or 3 minutes.
Okay.
Can you come back after Jeff, after a phone call from Good Sam?
Yeah, no problem. I'll just wait.
Then we'll ask
Wait.
for executive then.
That's going to be coming in 2 or 3 minutes?
That's what Jeff just said.
Okay. All right, I'll run up to my office and I'll come right back down.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good morning, Jeff.
Hi, morning.
So we're anticipating a call from
Jason Skinner. I told him to call about 9:35. Right at 9:30.
and he has what position with Good Sam?
He's the regional financial consultant.
Regional financial.
Yeah. He's a very nice guy. He's really good at accounting. So he'll be going over this projected budget. So under census, it kind of starts in the year 2019. And this starts at 6.8 and then projects a gradual increase the years following that. And it shows the occupancy percentage given those numbers. And the pricing, he doesn't have the monthly figures on here. He's got a daily rate. And he'll go over everything with you anyway.
Hello, good morning. Good morning, Jason. This is Terry Roger with the Cheyenne County Commissioners. Hang on just a moment, I'll put you on speakerphone. Jason, can you hear us? Let's try different. You still there? Can you hear me now, Jason?
Yes.
Okay, good. Okay, we're in regular session here, and Jeff is with us. And
Morning, Jason.
Morning.
we're trying to set the volume, Jason. So if you're hearing noise, let's. Okay, we're glad you could join us this morning. Go ahead.
Well, okay, yeah, I guess I'll jump in.
Okay. Yeah, everybody's here has a copy of the budget that you sent this morning.
Okay, so you guys have a little recap section there of our pro forma that goes out over the course of the next few years. So here's I'll just start at the top. You can see there that this goes out the next 8 years. Start with the total project cost, which I know Jeff had mentioned. This is going to be about a $3.2 million project for the assisted living. That dollar amount is a little higher because what builds into our performance, at least how our performance work, we do include all the extra interest or interest during construction, financing fees, things like that. And so my understanding was of all the debt that will be going towards this project, there'd be about $200,000 of equity then, meaning we're truly just financing $3.2 million. This is built out at a 2.75% interest rate, which means the debt payments between the principal and the interest over the course of the year is factoring in about $169,000, which may be a little higher than I think what Jeff had maybe mentioned. He had mentioned about
I'm sorry.
$249,000 per year as a principal and interest
the loan
payment
debt
back for
to pay
both
for the
projects.
assisted living.
That's already
But what I
financed.
did is I split out.
I know. I told him that. He says, but they still include it in their overall picture.
Jason, could you give us just a moment? We have a question.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
Okay, go ahead, Jeff. I'm sorry.
Well, Leslie had the question.
Well, my question is that all of this has been already financed and is in place through the bonds and PBC, and I'm kind of confused in regards to why we're hearing numbers in regards to repayment of debt when the debt for the assisted living is already taken care of.
I didn't understand why they requested that information from me. I don't see what it has to do with it. But that's just me. That's mine.
Did you catch that, Jason?
No, really not any of it.
Okay.
Go ahead, Jeff.
They're wondering why the USDA loan and the financing related to it are included in this budget projection because we are not paying for the loan repayment. It's already taken care of separately by the county.
That money can be factored in here. I guess this is just how we decided we would portray this. Like if this was a normal operating facility with interest and debt repayment, these are the numbers that we would see. I can certainly offset those numbers with debt repayment that is covered by the county. I guess I didn't understand that's how I should be putting the numbers in to pro forma.
Right. The facility's already been financed and paid for. All we're looking for is numbers to manage the facility,
To lease.
to lease it.
Okay. Well, great to know.
Well, I'm sorry, there was a misunderstanding there, but yeah, that's what we're looking for, is the numbers to lease a facility and for operation, not for the loan repayment. That's already been taken care of.
So you want to see a pro forma that has nothing to do with the debt?
Correct.
Okay. I guess that wasn't how it was understood. So I apologize.
Well, and so do we. And it's really tough trying to do all this at great distance. I understand that. But, yeah, those numbers really don't pertain to the items we need. We just need
Okay.
some kind of pro forma for the operation and the lease of the facility.
Well, then I can quickly take the numbers out, and I mean, does it work if I take a couple minutes to take the numbers out and email it to Jeff and go from there?
Yeah, let's do that. And if you'd like to call us back,
Yeah, I can certainly do that. Shouldn't take too long.
How long do you need, Jason?
5 minutes.
5 minutes?
Yeah, sure.
Well, yeah, that'd be fine. We'll just wait on you. Don't feel rushed. We'll take a break.
You'll need to email that here to somebody here, so he needs an email address.
We'll get you an email address. Hang on just one moment.
Okay.
Can you send it to cnclerk@cncoks.us?
Sure, you want to say that one more time?
cnclerk@cncoks.us.
All right. C is in Candy and N is in Nancy?
C is in cat, N is in Nancy.
Okay, and then Burke, B-U-R-K-E.
Clerk.
E-N.
Clerk, C-L-E-R-K.
That's way better. C-N-C-O-A-S.U-S.
Correct.
KS.
Okay.
Did you have a K there or an A?
C-N-C-O-K-S.U-S.
Yep.
I think we got it.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. Give me
All
a
right.
few moments.
We'll
I'll-
talk to
I'll
you
be right
later.
back.
All right, thanks.
Yeah, he did more than he needed to do. And I asked him the same question. He said, well, that's just how we set up our pro formas, including the debt. But he's got the numbers he needs anyway, so he can just get that ready pretty quick.
Instead of taking a break, the McClure bill,
Yeah.
have you gotten a new one from them lately?
You haven't heard back from Craig?
I talked to Scott. I haven't heard from Mike. There's one theory, they have a position in regards to why it wasn't tested while they were there, which I've been trying to catch up with you
Yeah.
to try and
Well,
visit about.
I wasn't there either, so I instructed Craig to call you
Right,
to
and I
find out.
haven't, to the best of my knowledge, I haven't heard from Craig. So
And that was last week.
We're just accumulating interest on a $200 bill, and it's a he said type situation.
Yeah.
So I'm suggesting just go ahead and
Okay.
pay it because we need them to be able to come in and do work, and we don't want any hard feelings.
Okay.
Also on that same note from Heartland,
Yeah.
has that ever been resolved? I had their secretary in the office here a couple of weeks ago,
Really?
unhappy.
Well, what's happened there is we go back to Hal Griffin. Is he still there?
Yes.
He's been active on it. Maybe you want to explain what the status is now.
I have the parts, the warranty parts that just came in, and tomorrow I'll be installing.
You're going to install
I
it?
will install it.
Okay. Well, thank you for that.
So he took it upon himself to get in touch with the company, the manufacturer, and he was telling me they were actually very cooperative,
Good.
which evidently Heartland wasn't really on the case. Could have been them. But, yeah, they
Did
sent,
they pay the bill now then, or, they're wanting money?
Heartland?
Yeah.
no, the deal was that the second tankless water heater is installed and working, so in a couple of days, maybe even by tomorrow, we'll know. They want their $500 for the water heater, the tank water heater. Is that what they were here for?
I can't remember what the bill total was.
Well, it sounds like we'll have a resolution later in the week. If Hal can get those installed and make sure everything's operating properly, then we can do a little negotiating with Heartland,
Yeah.
saying we had to redo this.
Thursday.
I don't have much sympathy for them. They didn't take care of the
At the
problem.
meeting, whether it's resolved or not, then we can get them paid next
Okay.
meeting.
Okay. So hopefully we'll get that resolved this week. The trees up there, the tree removal, is that more the Public Building Commission? We got a bill this morning for some tree removal up there that is terribly high. And there
I
was,
don't know, Sue working and talk to you about that. I don't know.
well, we had approved a certain price for those tree removal. And then when we received the bill, there was extras that apparently wasn't agreed to by anybody. They just took it upon themselves to, at least that's the appearance it has. I didn't know if the Public Building Commission had talked about it or heard about it. Or,
Susan's feeling is that, they put that $900 on there, he's gotta eat that because,
well, it's above what the bid
right,
was approved for.
yeah.
And apparently they didn't seek out any pre-authorization at all for it. They just did it and then
He
sent
did
us a
not
bill.
have.
Okay.
I wasn't involved with that, but apparently he did that to get the low bid and then tacked these on to pick up the slack. What else to me? Just visiting with Sue, but I wasn't involved in that, so.
Okay.
She told me something like, well, he didn't need to remove some trees that was already done. So he was going to do stump grinding to make up the difference. He didn't do the tree removal, but there were stumps that could be ground, so he did that. I don't know what he billed you for, but in the end, he billed for work that wasn't agreed to for payment.
Yeah. I can't remember now exactly what it was for, but it was somewhere in the neighborhood of $900.
Yeah, it was $900. I did some bracing on one tree and then ground 2 stumps.
And you say he didn't remove those trees?
I think he removed one. There were 3 on our property. One was already taken down. And but anyway, he didn't remove 2 trees. One was gone, and he ground the stump on the one
So
that had
he's
been taken
thinking
down.
he's making a trade of services for,
Yeah, but it should have been equal
pay.
payment. Yeah.
I'll have to do some more research looking into that.
And I have your request for inventory allocations on my list. There was an addendum to one of the lease agreements that addressed that. Just have to look it up.
Well, it's really the board's request, I'm just following up.
Okay,
Right.
yeah.
We just wanted to see a very accurate inventory of what the county owns and what Good Samaritan owns.
Okay, well, yeah, the medical equipment that's portable, in an overview, stays with the society, and also the vehicles stay with the society. They maintain them and license them and everything. But I can get you a more complete list.
Yeah, we would appreciate it.
The
An
beds,
accurate list and a fairly inclusive list. I mean, even down to utensils and bedding and things like that. We would like to know who owns what, because we truly don't know. Cody to apologize. He called and we had some conversation. He's redoing some figures and he's going to call us back.
That's fine. Gives me a chance to read over this.
Hello. Hi, Jason. Hang on just a minute. Let me put you on speaker again. Okay, Jason, can you hear us?
Again,
Okay. Okay, go ahead.
we'll try this again. Hopefully everyone has the new updated file. I just sent it to the email address and also to Jeff.
Okay, thanks.
So, yeah, if we don't have to talk about debt, that will make things a little less confusing. So
Okay,
that'd be nice.
Jason, just one moment. We never received your email.
The large file must be on its way still.
Yeah, give us a moment.
Okay.
We could get it just by taking that B sign out there,
Yeah, probably.
because that's really all the end of things going.
See that the email came through, or
Well, give us a moment. He had to step to another office to print them.
oh, okay, so you did get it.
Well, I'm assuming so. He hasn't returned.
Okay, just wanted to make sure I didn't send it somewhere else in the Ethernet. So.
That's quite possible.
That's pretty easy to do.
Yeah.
Okay, Jason, I think everyone has a copy of your new proposal here, so go ahead.
Okay, well, we'll start over from the beginning, and we'll just jump into what we've outlined, at least for census and rates. Sounds like we have 9 rooms or 9 units available. 8 of them will be singles with 1 double. Going into 2019 and beyond, we started out projecting that just occupancy will be at 75%, moving to 85%, and then finally 95% full.
If you look on the old one, it's
Get into
just
year
talking
3.
off of that. You know what, Jason, on the revised budget you sent over, for whatever reason, all the numbers have, hashtag value, exclamation point. There are no numbers. Numbers didn't come through.
How did you print it out?
Wow, what do you mean? From his computer to his printer.
That is 9 rooms plus the double.
Did you hear that, Jason? Or, Jason, 9 rooms plus 1 double is what the facility is set up as.
So you're telling me it's 10 units?
Yes.
All right.
Numbers can be very meaningful, so it must mean like this.
Well, my understanding was 9 total. Understand.
Jason,
Yeah.
why don't you get a hold of Scott and Jeff, and we'll kind of coordinate, and so everybody has the same basic information of what we're looking at. And then we've got a meeting later this week for the long-term care facility. If you can get those numbers and we can get all these figures correct before then, and I believe that is Wednesday evening, might save us some time and effort here.
That sounds fine.
Okay.
We'll reschedule.
Okay.
I apologize.
Oh, that's all right.
Time today.
We understand the process is hard and long. It's not an easy thing.
And as far as what how the hashtag values, that usually happens when there's not enough room to fit the content into a column. So I'm not sure if somebody changed the width.
There's something with the values that's not letting it.
Yeah.
Well, this afternoon, maybe you can have a conversation with the county clerk and see what the printing problem might be. But anyway, we'll give you a little time, and to get those numbers correct, we would like to see them correct as far as the number of units, and then we'll look at those on Wednesday evening, and we'll go from there.
Do you want to call a special meeting of the commissioners for the 19th at 8 o'clock to discuss the numbers?
Sure. Did you hear that suggestion? That we could possibly call a special meeting on Thursday the 19th, let's say roughly 9 o'clock, and you can return a call then also. Would that be possible?
That would work.
Okay.
But we'd like to have the numbers as soon as possible.
Yes, but we would like to have those numbers as soon as we can get to them, preferably before Wednesday evening's meeting.
Sounds good.
Okay. All right, well, we will talk to you later then, Jason. Thank you.
All right. Well, very good, everybody.
And Jason, I will not be here until late Wednesday night. I'll be in Hutchinson at the Medicare workshop. So I'm gone from this afternoon till Wednesday night.
All right. Well, I'll clean up the numbers, and I'll have you look them over.
Yeah, stay in touch with Scott, the county clerk.
Okay.
All right. Well, thank you again. We'll talk to you later.
Okay.
All right. Bye.
Number one problem with conference calls.
Yeah.
I opened it up in Google Sheets and I opened it up in Excel and there's the values, there's an error with the values, so
Because the Excel file doesn't show the values.
it says there's an error with the values and that's what it says in Google Sheets.
The conference call is what created that problem with the bond payment. That shouldn't be included in there.
Well, we'll table this until we can get some clearer numbers.
Yeah. So Thursday at what time?
I'll just say 9 o'clock.
9 o'clock? Okay. All right.
Thursday night.
So we'll need to get notice in the paper.
Yeah.
All right, I think that's all.
All right, Jeff, I don't
Okay.
think we have anything else.
Sorry, it went a little smoother, but we'll get it straightened out.
Oh, that's all right.
Exercise and futility.
Oh, you're headed out.
Yeah, we're headed
And
out.
there's Bunny, look at that.
Okay, Cody.
You guys ready?
Yeah.
I'll ask again for executive session for 10 minutes. Discuss non-elected personnel.
All those in favor? Aye.